Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to show you how to make country style spare ribs, and today we're going to be making them into the crock pot. This is a new crock pot that I just bought this past week at the Kohl's department store for under $70. Anyways, what you're going to need for this is basic ingredients. Is we use salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and then we took some brown confectionate syrup and coated all the spare ribs really well. And once I coated them really well, then I sealed the lid and popped them into the crock pot for 5.5 hours. Again, they just came out of the crock pot. They're pork tender. I was checking the progress on them, and this was at the 5-hour mark on high heat, and they came out absolutely delicious. And I didn't have them with any side dish. I just kind of ate them where they were because I wanted to have kind of like a backslash carnivore meal today with a little bit of keto, and the keto part of it was the spices, because carnivore you're not really supposed to have spices. And this month of September we're getting ready to switch over to carnivore and keto for 3 days a week, so this was the perfect test for me. So without further ado, let's just go right into the recipe and talk a little bit over the timeline along with the background music. Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. It helps my channel grow, and it shows YouTube that I'm putting out good content for everybody else to enjoy. And again, using a new program called Filmora 12, and you have the link below to show more. And let me know what you guys think about the music selections I've been putting in. So far so good. YouTube doesn't seem to have a problem with my music. But again, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to my channel. And yeah, and just keep watching the video and you guys will be fine. Oh, just before I decided to make my spare ribs, my cat Oreo decided to get into the picture. Over here we have just basic ingredients: is onion powder, salt and pepper, pink Himalayan salt, and garlic powder. We're just putting in about a half a tablespoon of each. I'm just kind of like eyeballing it a little bit, and then I take the end of the spoon and then I mix it up and break any lumps off that might have inside the little cup that I'm using. Again, everything's all to taste, and remember, at the end of the day, you do you. And then we're going to take a little bit of brown confectionate syrup, which is fine for keto, for the keto world, and we'll coat everything really well on the top of the spare ribs once we get them into the crock pot. I always like to wipe down my meat and pat it dry before I pre-cook with it. I don't usually wash off the meat. I don't think it's a good idea to rinse off your meat. But I'm just patting it kind of dry, and then I'm going to put the meat into the crock pot, and again I'll put the seasoning all over, coat it really well. I did send out for a box of the gloves, so when I'm starting working with food again there next time, hopefully at some point you'll see me wearing some cooking gloves. And you know, it'll cut down any possible contamination, and you know, make it more attractive to you guys while you're watching my videos. Again, this has all been a learning process for me over the last 3 years. As you can tell by my recent videos that I've been doing for food recipes, they are getting much better, much more entertainable, and I hope to continue on with the progress. And again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Love you guys. This is the new crock pot that we just recently purchased, and I cleaned it up really well. Now I'm laying out the spare ribs in the bottom, and then I'll put the rub around it, and added the brown sugar. And then I took some chicken broth that we had in the refrigerator and used probably about a cup of that, and the cup coat the bottom of the crock pot with that. And I probably didn't have to do that, but the idea is the chicken stock gave it a really good flavor. And you know, the only problem about cooking stuff in the crock pot, especially when you cook it for long periods of time, the smell that it renders off in your house is so wonderful. You can't wait to just dig right in. And you know, again, these were experimental on cooking times. This probably would have taken 3 hours on high heat, I would suspect, because the spare ribs weren't that really thick. They were regular country spare ribs that I picked up in the market basket. I got them at a pretty good price. Pork right now is probably one of your best bets that you can buy. Again, it's not organic, but at the end of the day, as I'm stating in many of my videos, you do you and get what you can afford. And typically, Donna and I, that's what we can afford. over the years, organic meat is one thing is always meant to me, which is basically more money. But yeah, if you're doing true keto and you can afford the organic meat, go for it. Knock yourself out. So now that we have everything all in the crock pot ready to go, let's put the lid on it and seal it up tight, and it locks in. You got these two little latches on each side of the crock pot. These are the newer designs. I had a crock pot we had for more than 40 years, so it was time to upgrade. And again, I put it on for 6.5 hours, and I killed it after 4 hours, and it was pretty much done, and it probably was done after 3 hours. But again, I'm just experimenting on times, and again, these spare ribs came out absolutely fantastic, and I plan on making them again for future carnivore keto meals. And so I hope you enjoyed the video once again, and I'll talk to you guys later, and enjoy the rest of the video, and be watching for my next video. Okay guys, so I just popped the lid off. Now we're going to just check them with the fork and see how cooked they are, and if they're falling off the bone, which maybe they might be, maybe they might not. According to the time, I got about another hour left to cook these, and if I feel that they're cooked, I'll put them in a sheeting pan and crust them in the oven. Check these out, guys. You can see they're just falling right off the bone. Well, there you have our final product. Our spare ribs came out absolutely fantastic. It took about 5.5 hours to cook on the high heat, and I didn't need to put them in the oven. I wanted to crust them and put a little bit of crust on them, but they were perfectly fine the way they were. They were just totally mouth-watering, and they were so delicious. There was no leftover, needless to say. Donna absolutely loved it, my wife, and so I hope you enjoyed the video, and be watching for some more amazing videos. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Love you guys.